Let's install an LR Bags pickup on this violin, shall we? Alright folks, today we got this one-of-a-kind Batman-inspired fiddle in here. And we're gonna hop it up. We're gonna soup it up with an LR Bags violin pickup. These violin pickups are well, I don't know if I would go as far as to say they're the industry standard. But I know a lot of people using these pickups. This video is brought to you today by McDonald's Coffee. No, it's not. But if it wasn't for McDonald's Coffee, some days I wouldn't even get out of bed. So, it sort of is. Now, if McDonald's started sponsoring some of my videos, I've bought enough of their coffee over the years. Okay, the LR Bags violin pickup, unlike some of the Fishman pickups where it just kind of slides in, it's a brass piece that slides in. The LR Bags pickup is actually embedded into the wood of the bridge, and you have to, do a little bit of soldering because the jack doesn't come pre-soldered, which isn't a big deal if you have a soldering iron and know how to solder a little bit. They do that so that when you put this in, you can trim some of this because, I mean, there's way too much wire on this. Okay, so you want it to reach the pickup, but not to be tapping stuff and whatnot. Now, of course, there's a couple things that you have to be cognizant of. Yeah, let's use a big word that you don't know what it means, Lucas. Because it's embedded into the bridge, it does limit you somewhat to how much you can thin this bridge out. Okay? And I have taken these, I've gone as far as to take these out. I've routed out around them and pulled them out and re-glued them into new bridges. It is a massive job. It is a painstaking, slow job. But that's the problem with these systems. They're designed to be a one and done, okay? They're not designed to be taken out and used on anything else. Unlike some of the other pickups where it either just clamps onto the bridge or sticks into the kidney, those are fine. Some people just find these have better tone. Of course, whenever you clamp something down onto the side of your instrument, it is going to affect how your fiddle sounds naturally a little bit, like just acoustically. So bear that in mind if that's a real big thing for you, that your acoustic sound remain, unbothered, untouched, then this may not be the pickup system for you. Then you may be looking at, like I said, the Fishman systems. There's some clamp on, things that go around. There's various microphone systems. Of course, the problem with a microphone system is that it, in loud volume situations, they do tend to feed back a little bit. Small venue, low volume concerts, they're great because they're really good at picking up the natural sound of a violin. Something when you're plugging in is that getting that natural tone out of an instrument requires good amplification, whether it's, through a sound system or whatever. And oftentimes even some processing, like a some sort of a processor or whatever. I use an LR Bags Venue DI preamp along with an old Barkus Berry fiddle pickup that clamps onto the bridge, screws on. And I've been using that for like 25 years at least. Never fails. I've never replaced it. Countless gigs. It's just been a workhorse for me over the years. And I haven't found anything that I would say was so much better that I had to buy it, especially for the price point. So, of course, with everything, prices are going up on these units. I'm not even sure what the list price is on this as of May 2025. I should have looked that up, but I didn't. So I know these are, $400 anyway. So they are a good system. So of course the first thing we got to do is we got to strip the fiddle down, take the old bridge out. We're gonna keep the old bridge in with the violin because it's set for the violin, so that if they find they don't want to have the pickup in for extended periods of time, they can put this bridge back on and utilize it just acoustically if they like the tone better that way. Because like I said, there's not a lot of tone shaping that we can do with these bridges. There's a little bit of thinning that we can do. Of course, we're going to set the feet properly. It's already pre-arched. We've got a little bit of room. This is a Superior Despio 2-tree bridge. So it's a good quality bridge. It's not a superb quality. It's not high quality, but it is of a good enough quality for sure. For 90% of instruments out there, I would suggest to you, if it's fit right. Key thing right there. So we're going to get into it. You've seen me do bridges before. If you've been watching the channel, I talk about bridges a lot. And I know this is definitely something that your luthier needs to do for you. This isn't a do-it-yourself job. Because number one, you do have to loosen all the strings. Anytime you loosen the strings, you run the risk of everything falling out of tune, or the sound post falling over. Those types of things. It happens. Okay. Oh, baby. So while we got that off, we're just gonna wipe. We're not polishing here. We're just giving her a good old-fashioned wipe down. Sometimes black really gets messy. This was a kind of a cool fiddle. It actually sounds pretty darn good acoustically. I should have played it a little bit. like their jack to come out of the top edge here, so they can have that swinging off of there. I do kind of like it, you know, up here, kind of in that scenario, somewhere up in that ballpark. So we're just gonna lightly snug that down for a minute here. And then that way the cord comes away from your bow hand, and if it comes out here, it can get caught up. Yada yada. Okay, I should have just taken that off before. Come on. There you are. Man, that seemed like a lot of thread. Regardless. I just literally want enough that it just goes there. Grab a little bit extra there just because who I am. And then, of course, somewhere in here, in the wonderful instructions, they tell you where to solder it. So prior to installation, the jack on the instrument, remove the threaded barrel from the jack and the feed, pick a wire through it. Now separate the two wires to distinguish between the hot and ground wires. If using a braided coaxial wire, the braid portion of the wire in the inner wire is hot. Solder the inner wire to the tip connector, which is the short jack in the top. And then and the ground wire to the sleeve of the ground, which is just this here part. So make sure you put that barrel onto there first. We're actually going to take the bridge, the pickup. We're going to take the bridge out. Take the bridge out, and we're just going to set this violin over there for a moment. And I got to get my soldering kit out. Hang tight. Okay, last thing you want to do is test the pickup's working. working. So we can put a little clamp on these here. I mean, you got to be careful regardless of what. Like that. This tilt on there. And there would be just enough room to bring that around a string there, and that'll ensure that that cable never, like touches the body, because the cable will make some noise as well. So all that's left, tune her up. Still sounds pretty good. We'll try with their bow a little bit here. Let's see. She's got some ring to it. Let's plug her in. See what she does. This is just an acoustic guitar amp that I've got set up, so it's not dialed in for fiddle at all. But there you have it. The LR bags pickup installed, ready to go. Like I said, we're gonna include the old bridge. Keep it. There's a bridge key in here. Gonna send that along, so that they can swap it out if they do feel like just playing acoustic for a while, if they're not gigging for a while, whatever it might be, if they're recording. Then you might just want straight acoustic tone. This one's going to give you just a little bit more even tone. Okay? That's it. That's all, folks. If you like what you see, stay tuned, like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the things. We'll talk to you next time.